Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Six Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We're with you here every day here at 9:30 a.m. each time, giving you picks. And today we'll get you picks from the college football. Today we got Army Navy and a bowl game today. They snuck in a bowl game here on December 14th. We'll also have picks from the NBA Cup. Big card from college basketball. A lot of great matchups today. And of course, we have a big card, I think a 15-game card from the NHL, if I'm not mistaken. And then we'll get to the parlay segment here at the end. So we got a lot of picks for you guys today. Of course, as always, make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. Of course, that thumbs up really helps to build our audience. We appreciate everyone's who does that here on our show, for us here on our channel and our show. So let's get ready and let's get right down to the picks. Before we do that, let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Hey, not too much, Tony. Massive day today. Definitely, the Utah Jazz cost me a winning day. It was that close. They just fell apart late down the stretch in that game versus the Suns. Suns pulled away. Got the cover late. They were hanging around. It was like 5.6 points, 5.6 points, and then the Suns just pulled away in that one. How about the Pacers, though?
Yeah, your island pick came in. Rod's island.
The island and the Pacers. I'm kind of liking the Pacers on those little islands when they come in.
Yeah, all the money shipped shipped ashore. You know, they shipped ashore.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes the Pacers find that needle in that haystack. Sometimes they get lucky and get themselves that win. It was just that spot. I figured they would get the win, and they did. Hey, on to today's action. A couple big cup games. And definitely a stacked card in the look at all that.
I did some too. I got some volume as myself. There was a very little volume in NBA and in college football, so a lot of volume here. All right, so let's get to the games here. We'll look at both college football games today. Yes, there is a bowl game. I know where everyone's talking Army Navy, but they snuck in the Salute to Veterans Bowl here tonight as well. So we got to get these bowls in with all this playoff talk. The bowls are kind of taking a back seat. You know what I mean here. It's not a lot of conversation on these bowl games. But anyway, we got Army and Navy going head-to-head in Landover, Maryland outdoor game. We got Army 6.5, total 39.5. In the Salute to Veterans game, this game in Birmingham, Alabama, Western Michigan, and South Alabama. We got South Alabama on the road laying 9.5. Now we're seeing some tick up here. Total is 58. Big question mark about the South Alabama running back who is hit the transfer portal, but he's listed as doubtful here on my sheets. We'll start here with Rod.
Yeah, but there's a whole bunch of question marks in that whole game. South Alabama, I think, still offensively, even if that running back does go out, the next man up is still good enough to run over the defense there. You look at the defensive side in that game, there was a whole guy. I believe there's 3 guys that checked out on the defensive line for the other side of that matchup. And so it's just one of those things. I think South Alabama runs it up. I think I'm going to lay the 9, and they run right over the team. I think they win by 14 there, Tony. Give me South Alabama by 14 in that one.
All right. In that game, I'm also going to look at weather is not a factor at all in these games. It looks like clear skies, maybe a little chilly, 40 degrees, 39 degrees, not light wind here in this one. Yeah, I'm going to button heads with Rob. I'm going to go ahead and take the Western side here, plus the 9. Hayden Wolf is an experienced quarterback. It's his 4th season here. I think they're going to let him end his career with some passing attempts here. I think he'll throw the ball in this game. Of course, the running back, 834 yards a game, 7.5 yards per rush. I think that's hard to replicate for somebody like that, running for 7.5 yards a carry. He's expected to be a very hot commodity in the transfer portal. The Jaguars away from home averaging 25 points a game. Over their past 3 games, their pass defense has not been good. As I said, Hayden Wolf is a senior quarterback. He had his most efficient year under center, 67% completion, 7.8 yards per pass attempt. He's going to have his playmakers there, wide receivers and running backs available, so I'll look him in that spot. Do you have anything, Rod, on Army-Navy?
And Army and Navy, man, it's you look at the Army and Navy game, and I just don't know how I take Navy. Question marks on their QB. He's definitely, even if he does play, he's definitely not going to be 100%.
He's expected to play.
Yeah, he's going to play.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to leave him off the field because we've seen him in interviews. Even at 60%, he's still going to limp out there. But what has Bryson Daly done all season long? He's been able to run the ball. He's look at the rush numbers that he's pulled off with Army. Was it 877 rush yards, 8 touchdowns, Oh, that's actually passing yards. What's his rush yards? His rush yards over 1,000 rush yards, 1,480 rush yards. He's averaging 5.6 yards a rush. He's been definitely named in the Heisman Trophy, and he's done all that in 2 less games as well than most of the other teams. I would just have to take Army and lay the 6.5. I think Bryson Daly just runs right over Navy. I wish Navy's QB wasn't injured and able. I know he's going to give it a go, but when you're back, all it's going to take is one big hit on your back, and you're in big trouble. And Army's going to be coming because they know that he's going to be not at 100%. So then it's going to be to the backup again, and I think Army's just too much. The offensive line is just going to dominate Navy in the trenches, and Bryson Taylor runs it up. So I would have to lay with Army there. I know everybody's on Army. Maybe it's the free square to start the bowl season.
Yeah, I'm going to be the guy in the island. I'm button heads a lot with Rod today already. We're going to go. I'm going to take Navy plus the points because that backup for Navy did a good job. Braxton Woodson in that win against East Carolina, 12 of 19 passing, 165 yards, a touchdown. He rushed for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hey, his body's fresh. He didn't take all these hits. I mean, these Service Academy quarterbacks, it's a tough job, man, getting hits. These players, these defensive players getting bigger and bigger. I had my cycling friend, his son used to play for Air Force. And I used to tell him, and he goes, "Oh man, my son is just so beat up and bruised. Playing that triple option these days in college football, playing against the Mountain West defenses and even out of conference, man, he takes a beating." And yeah, these Service Academy quarterbacks take a beating nowadays in the way these defenses get bigger and stronger. But that backup's fresh, and he came in, played really well against East Carolina. So I'll take the Navy there plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Fix Morning Show with you every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us. All right, let's take a look at the NBA Cup. I like it. I'm excited about these games. These teams playing for $1 million. You saw the intensity in that Golden State Houston game. So don't tell me this means nothing to these guys. This there's $1 million up for grabs. A trip to Vegas. Maybe a trip to Vegas already had its first victim. We don't know. We're gonna talk about this in a second here. So we're gonna look at the Hawks and Bucks. Let's go over the injuries first. Okay, Zeller's been out. He's been out pretty much all year for the Hawks. Jalen Johnson again shows up at questionable. He was questionable last game, still played, was very effective. Young, Hunter, Bogdanovich, probable. On the Bucks side, Middleton, Beauchamp, Giannis, and Livingston are probable. Looks like we'll probably have a full lineup here for Milwaukee. Probably will be clean by the time the game starts. Close, same thing for Atlanta. On the Rockets and Thunder, usual guys out for the Thunder. Holmgren, Jalen Williams with a Y, Flagler, Dukas, and Deng. But the big injury here that hit the report this morning was Dylan Brooks with illness. So how did that illness come? You go to Vegas, you get sick. And Dylan Brooks is a defensive cog. He likes to cause a lot of trouble on the court. Makes it tough for the opposing players here defensively. So Dylan Brooks here questionable there. So you got your injuries, caught up on the injuries right now. Let's start with Rod.
Yeah, for me, it's you look at Atlanta taking on the Bucks. I like the over. I think we've seen in cup games where we've seen Atlanta this season where they played some solid defense in games, but I don't think it's going to be here. Not in this Vegas spotlight. It'd be the first game to kick off the day, and at 229.5, I think we can easily cruise into the 230s in this game. The way both these teams have been scoring, we know the Bucks have definitely picked up their game over their last 5 or so games. So definitely, I like the over 229.5 in that one, and then I'm going to just take OKC here. I think OKC's been on a mission all season long. I think they're going to prove a point. I like OKC to come out of the West myself. I think it comes down to OKC and Dallas, and that's going to be one heck of a series come the playoff time. But give me OKC over Houston. That's a lot of points for Houston on the road. Plus 5.5. Why is it so many points? Because of the Brooks news? I don't know. I'm going to take OKC.
There we go here. We got Ron here on this one. All right, I'll take a look at this one myself. I'm going to look at Atlanta here plus the points. They've covered 7 of 9 as an underdog away from home. Hawks have won 7 of 8. They just crushed the Bucks not too long ago, and Hawks have been a hot team. I was very impressed with that win against New York. That was not an easy win. New York has been very good at home, tops in offensive efficiency, a very high net rating at home, and the Hawks played defense here against this New York Knicks team. That really impressed me. This Bucks team up there aging. You got the youth against the elderly. Give me the youth against the elderly in this one. There in this game. Elderly guys over 30 in the NBA, by the way. I'm not saying old, I'm just saying elderly. Okay. Elderly is getting to LeBron late 30s. Rockets and Thunder, I think that Brooks injury is key here. But again, I just don't think Houston has first off, both teams play about equal defense. They play very good. But I just think OKC's offense takes them over the top. And this is where Houston has trouble. They can compete against the mid-tier teams. When you get to the elite top half of the conferences, forget it. They can't shoot good enough to stick with these teams. I like OKC to cover this game here and set up hopefully OKC Atlanta. Hopefully we'll see that. We'll see if Atlanta can get by them. But I like the points there with Atlanta. I like Laney here with OKC minus 5.5. And someone was asking about the Cricket Bowl. I don't handicap FCS, right? FC. I don't handicap it. I don't have numbers for them. That's the only reason. I'm a numbers guy. I'm a numbers, trend plus eyesight. I use all three. So I don't have
yesterday on my under. I didn't even get a chance. Now that you mention it, see, I didn't even get a chance to see if that came in.
Yeah. So these FCS playoffs, you can't. I don't handicap these games, and I don't want to just throw wild guesses at you because I use a lot of databases and whatnot, numbers to help me formulate a handicap on these games. So I just don't want to go out there and just kind of throw darts for you guys. That's just, I don't do that.
Exactly. Montana yesterday got over the total on their own yesterday. So yeah, I'm going to be like Tony, stay away from that stuff. I figured they went way over. Holy man, Montana. Montana worked them up in the first game, but they worked them up again. They scored 52 on 52-7 was the score yesterday. That definitely didn't get under the 55.5.
Yeah, this early in the FCS playoffs.
I don't even want to know how that went over. I would have been mad.
Yeah,
52-7. Yeah, well, I know it went way over, but it still went over. Yeah, that looks like a backdoor touchdown by somebody to be pushing that total over. That's all I see. So yeah, I'm staying away.
If anybody in the chat follows FCS football, maybe you can help Cliff Floyd with this game or start the discussion on Jackson State and South Carolina State. You can't get it from me because I don't. I know South Carolina State plays a lot of FBS opponents. I've seen their name in there, but I don't follow or have numbers for these teams. So I'm sorry for that. All right, we got you through the NBA. Only 2 games here on this NBA Cup. Now we turn our attention to this monster college basketball card. A lot of quality matchups as we still have non-conference, a few weeks of non-conference before we get into the new year with some of the major conference. We get into conference action. But right when we do this time of the year, we just ask the cappers, just give us what you got. And I'm pretty sure we're going to give you a pretty big list of games. I know I have a big list of games. So we start with Rod. What do you got here from College Hoops today?
All right, starting off at we'll start at the noon Eastern time kickoff game. We got Western Illinois taking on South Dakota. Western Illinois and the Leathernecks. Hey, we haven't had a bad start to their season, but 9.5 points. Trying to give you too many. I like South Dakota here by 10+. They are the better team. They are at home here. Give me the Coyotes and South Dakota lay the 9.5 there in that one. And then I'm looking at LIU. Sure, LIU's been they made us a couple buckets a few times this season, getting this big giant number, but not against Missouri. Missouri defense can definitely slow up LIU there in that one. Sharks are in trouble. The Tigers are coming. Tigers can eat a shark, no problem at all. And I like the Missouri Tigers by 30+ there, so I'll lay the. It was a 27 up to 28. Still like it. As I said, I think they win by 30 there in that one. And then as we move along. I like Lamar here today, taking on ULL. You look at ULL; they've only got one cover all season long, 1-8, and they're at home here, -2.5. I think Lamar can come in and outright the Raging Cajuns there in that one. So take the 2.5 points. I don't think you need them. You can take the money line if you want. Take Lamar plus the points there in that one. And then I'm looking at moving. Yeah, man, we got so many games today. And I'm only at the 2 o'clock slot that I'm looking at here. I'm looking at UCF here taking on Tulsa. You look at Tulsa, 2-7 ATS against the spread this season, and trying to give you 11. Nah, Central Florida, same thing. You got these spread numbers aren't the greatest, but UCF at home, they can definitely hoop, definitely play some defense. And I think Tulsa is in trouble there today. I like UCF big by 15+ are my numbers. So lay it with UCF there in that one. Moving down the line, I like Syracuse over Georgetown. Look at that. It's a 1-point spread. Syracuse at home. Solid basketball team. Should be back and forth. These two teams definitely don't like each other, but I think Syracuse comes away with the 5-6 point win there when all the dust is settled. Lay it with Syracuse there in that one. And then there's Butler at home as a 4.5 point dog. You know what? I'm going to actually take Butler here today as the 4.5 point dog. It's a neutral court game, so it's not Butler at home in their gym where they play their best. But 4.5 against Whiskey, I think Butler can hang with Whiskey today. Give me Butler plus the 4.5 in that one. And then move it down. You know what? Kansas by 14.5. I think that's too many points there. I like NC State plus the 14.5. I think it's a single-digit win for Kansas. Kansas definitely solid team, but so is NC State. And that's just getting a little too disrespectful for NC State. We're going to grab those 14.5 points as they keep it close with the Jayhawks there in that one. Next one I'm looking at here. Where is it? I like Santa Clara here against Bradley. I think that's just a mismatch that we've seen the Broncos here. Another neutral court game. I like the Broncos there. You only have to lay 3.5. I think they got Bradley by 6 to 8 points there in that one. Should be a great hoops matchup. We know Bradley can score some points, but Santa Clara and the Broncos will make it tough on Bradley and run away with that one. Give me Santa Clara, lay the points, the 3.5 there in that one. And one more later. You know where I'm going to go? I still couldn't find my Illinois hat. I'm still going to go with Illinois here plus the 1.5. It's still looking like number 1 versus 19, and it's only minus 1.5 for Tennessee. Yeah, they're begging you to come on and bet Tennessee there in that one. I like Illinois. They probably had this one circled for a while to take on Tennessee. This is going to be a great basketball game. Definitely tune into it. I like the Illini to get the job done there in that one. And then one of these late ones. I like a blowout here in Radford heading into Utah. I think Utah's just that much the better team. It's you're laying 20. You're laying 20 for good reason. I think they win by close to 30. Lay it with Utah. They're that much the better team there in that matchup. And then you know what? I like St. Mary's here going into Boise. It's another one that's going to be a great matchup, but that St. Mary's defense will definitely slow up Boise plenty enough that St. Mary's gets the cover by at least 5-6 points there in that one. And I think Alabama's just too strong here at home. Alabama at home on their home court. Fast pace. They're going to make Creighton run, and Creighton likes to slow things up a little. They don't have the horses to keep up with Alabama. That's why it's 11. I'll lay the 11 with Alabama there in that one. And then the last one of the night, I'm looking at give me Pacific here, plus the 12.5 versus UNLV. UNLV doesn't cover these big, giant number spreads. They might get wins, but 1-6-1 against the number and laying 12.5 here against the Pacific team. The scrappy, give me Pacific plus the 12.5 there in that one.
Yeah, from Rod. All right, I found one that I agreed with Rod on. I found one, but we're not on a lot of the same games. So we're on a lot of different games here. So that's cool. All right, I'm going to look Memphis Clemson, the early riser game. I'm going to go ahead and lay it here with Clemson. I don't like these teams that turn the ball over at a high rate like Memphis. They don't shoot the ball effectively inside. They struggle on the glass and allow 37% from three. Clemson, good defensive team here is this Clemson team. They've covered 4 of 5 in their past 5 games. This Tiger defense not playing any defense. They're allowing 47% shooting. A&M and Purdue, I'm going to go under the total in this one. Texas A&M, really, again, this is always what they always are. Great defensive team, horrible shooting team. That's really A&M. They just never change. That's who they are. Purdue in this one, they've held teams to 31% from 3 and playing good defense over their past 5 games here. And the Aggies here have defended well over their past 5. Aggies 4-1 in the under away from home. Purdue 2-0 in the under this season against poor 3-point shooting teams that hit 31% or from 3 or below. We'll take under in that one. Auburn, Ohio State. Give me the points. That's a lot. 11.5 with Auburn and with Ohio State in this game. We know Auburn, fantastic team on both ends of the court. They do allow 32% from 3. Remember that Iowa State and Houston win fell within 2 possessions here. And we're getting 11.5. That's more than 3 possessions in this game. So I'm going to be looking here at this Ohio State team, looking at the Buckeyes, 10th in the nation in effective field goal shooting. They make 42% from 3, 56% inside. Those are some solid numbers for a team getting 11.5 points at home. I'm sorry. This is a neutral site game. Yes, neutral site game. This is in Atlanta. This is over not too far. Well, maybe not too far from Macon, Georgia, where April is. But anyway, I will be looking here at the Ohio State plus the points. UCLA, Arizona. Boy, UCLA really surprised me going into Oregon and winning that game because I was pretty down on them. I'm going to go under in this game. UCLA, what they do well is they play defense. 4th in the nation defensive efficiency, giving up 28% from 3, 44% inside, but they don't make their free throws. Wildcats, really poor three-point shooting team, 31%, but strong defenders, allowing 44% from 2. UCLA's gone under in 7 of 9. Arizona gone under in 3 of 4 away from home. This is a neutral site game played in Phoenix, so I like the under in this game. Louisville, Kentucky, I'm going to go under as well. I don't trust Louisville to shoot well against Kentucky in this road game. That's why I don't trust them at all. We know Kentucky, a very good defensive team, 22nd in effective field goal defense, allowing 26% from 3. Oh, my goodness, this Louisville team, they've gone under in 7 of 9 away from home. And the Wildcats, very good defensive form, and Louisville can't shoot, so I'm going to go under in that one. Tennessee and Illinois, this is the one where I'm going to butt heads with. Give me Tennessee in this game. Illinois couldn't cover against Wisconsin. They're going to lose at home against Tennessee. Tennessee, second in defensive efficiency in the nation, holding teams at 26% from 3, 45% around the bucket. Third best shooting team in college hoops, 38%, and they're the best in the nation from 2. They make 63% of their shots from 2-point distance, strong on the glass. They did pound Louisville in their 2 road game. I'll look at Louisville in that spot. I'm sorry, I'll be looking at Tennessee in this spot, lay the 1.5. Marquette and Dayton, one of those sneaky good ones. I like under the total, 151.5. Boy, this Marquette defense, they really slow down opposing offenses. Dayton does the same thing. Their defense slows down opposing offenses. I look for a slow-paced game here in this spot here. When you look at the Flyers in their home game against Northwestern, they only combined for 138 points. Give me Marquette and Dayton under 151.5 here. Marquette 10th in defensive efficiency in the nation. The big one, Gonzaga, UConn. Give me UConn plus the 2 in this one against Gonzaga. We know Gonzaga, I guess their issues here hitting threes, just 34%, 51% from 2. The Huskies 4th in offensive efficiency, 37% from 3, 63% inside. This game is played in Madison Square Garden. Strong on the glass on both ends. Huskies used to playing MSG. Huskies 50% shooting in the non-conference. We'll take UConn. I was impressed with that UConn win in Texas. I'll take UConn here plus the points. St. Mary's and Boise State. We agree, Rod, on this game. I like the Gales in this one. You go into Utah and win by 9. You're a fan of mine. There's no doubt about that. That was a very impressive win. Boise State can't make their threes. 31%. They don't pressure. They're not a pressure defense. They don't force many turnovers. And of course, they did lose to Washington State by 5. And that game came. That was a neutral court. That was at Hockey Arena in their home city. This game is a neutral court, but it's played in Idaho Falls. I don't know how far that is from Boise, but the game they lost to Washington State was in the city of Boise. It just wasn't on their campus site. It was in the hockey stadium. I think they got what do they call it, a ECHL team out there in Boise. I believe it is an ECHL team there, and that's where they lost in their home city. So I'll take St. Mary's here, laying the 2.5. All right, we got you 9 in there. The volume is going up for me now in college hoops. I don't have these 15. I don't have these 60-plus games in college football to handicap. Although the bowl games continue again on Tuesday, so make a note. I know these bowl games are under the radar now with all this playoff talk, but we do have bowl games continuing on Tuesday all of next week. So, and then we get into the playoff rounds starting Friday. Notre Dame and Indiana. So next week, got a lot of great action going on here in college football. So the playoffs begin next week in college football, but we got a lot of bowl games leading up to it, guys. So we're going to be busy here as this bowl game sneaked up on us. I was talking Army-Navy all week, then I realized we had a bowl game. We had a bowl game as well. So here we go. All right, Rod, take a glass of coffee, maybe a couple shots. Take a deep breath because you know what's coming up next, right?
Yeah,
15 NHL.
15 NHL.
15 NHLers. All right, so
all right. See if they got any news on some of these goalies.
Okay.
Probably not, but it's because it's so early. I'm pretty much locked into who I figure is going to start today. I don't see any big jump outs. They had some already announced. A couple teams in the back-to-back. So let me see.
All right, so we'll start it
one
off
I'm
here.
looking at. I'm not sure. Yeah, there we go. We're good. Start off.
All right, let's start. We'll start off with the afternoon action. We do have some afternoon action. We'll go from 107 to 407 Eastern. Afternoon action tonight. Blackhawks at Devils. We got the Devils 355 total 6. Kings continue the road trip at the Rangers. Losing streak no more. Rangers $1.10 both sides. Total 5.5. Flyers and Wild. We've got the Wild $1.62 total 5.5. Golden Knights at Oilers. An afternoon affair there. I guess they like to do that Canadian triple header. We got Oilers $1.48 total 6. Over to Rod.
Yeah, it's the Hockey Night in Canada thing, Tony. So they got to have a Canadian game kick off the day, and then we'll have one at the 5 o'clock time slot, and then I'm quite sure we'll find one at the 8 o'clock time slot later on this card because it's Hockey Night in Canada. It's Saturday. So looking at these early games, you look at this Devils team, and hey, they've been playing some half-decent hockey, but they've failed to cover the puck line at home in 8 straight hockey games. So it's just one of those tough things. Chicago's been a scrappy bunch of times. I like the Blackhawks plus the puck and a half. You get that at a nice plus price. And then I was looking to see who's getting the start here for the Rangers. Is it going to be Shesterkin or Quick? This is the first half of a back-to-back for the Rangers as they play tonight, and then they have to play on Sunday as well. So my guess is that Jonathan Quick makes his appearance here in the first half of the back-to-back against his old club. And if that's the case, then I like the Rangers. And that's why I think this price is almost a coin flip, which definitely makes me think that the Rangers are going to start quick there in that matchup. So I like an under because I think it's a lower scoring one. Kings definitely this season playing great defensive hockey, almost tops in the league defensively, 17-9 to that under. So that's why it's a 5.5 too. So I think it's Quick taking on Ricci in this one. Or actually, Kemper's back for the Kings and looked real good there too. So most likely Kemper versus Quick there. Take the under 5.5. And then Vegas taking on Edmonton. You know what? Another one I like the under, but I got to go with Vegas there in that one. It's just one of those spots. Vegas has always been dominant against Edmonton. You look, they've won 3 of the last 4 head-to-head. The Oilers are one of the Vegas is like the kryptonite for the Oilers. So I would take Vegas there in that one.
Yeah, from Rod, we got you through the afternoon affairs. Let's take a look here at the 707. So in this block of games, the 707 games. So they will be Pittsburgh at Ottawa. Ottawa here laying $1.30 total 6.5. Maple Leafs and Red Wings. The Leafs on the road $1.80 total 6. Ducks at the Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets $1.80 total 6. Sabres at the Capitals. We got Capitals $1.92 total 6. We ended the 707s with the Canadians at the Jets. And in this one, we've got the Jets $2.58 total 6.
Yeah, like massive price there for the Jets, right? You're going against this Montreal team. You look at Montreal. What have Montreal done on the road on Saturdays? Lost. They're 0-11 on road games on Saturday night. Is Montreal tough losing streak? But what we've seen from Montreal is overs off of a home loss. Definitely see plenty of goals. I like that one to head over the 6. I think 6 is just too light. I think Montreal can pop some. It surprised me. We've seen Comrie and goal for the Jets here tonight in that one as well. So take the over there. And then looking at Pittsburgh heading into Ottawa. You look at Ottawa, got themselves a nice win last night. So back-to-back spot. It's going to be Forsberg getting the start for Ottawa here in this one. And should be Tristan Jarry getting the start for Pittsburgh. I like the over. It's at 6.5. 6.5 for good reason. Forsberg this season's got 3 goals against. Tristan Jarry, 3.65 goals against average there. So take the over, Pittsburgh and Ottawa. And I think that ended all the 7 o'clock ones, right? That's where you got. Oh, wait. The last one was Columbus taking on the Ducks in the 7 o'clock spot. You look, Jet Greaves going to make his appearance again. Man, he looked real good in his first appearance here with Columbus. That's why he made the big club. I think he's going to earn himself a nice little spot here on this Columbus team if he continues to play the way he is. That's why that price is the way it is. But the problem here is Columbus 0-7 versus the Pacific Division. I like the under there in that one, under 6. Chick Reeves looked real good. Should be Gibson in goal for Anaheim, and he's sub 3. So I like the Ducks there in that spot to get the win over Columbus.
Yeah, from Rod. All right, let's continue on here. We'll cover 2 games here in this block. We're going to cover the 8:07 and 9:07 games. So the games in this block: Blues at Stars. We got the Stars 238 total 6. Predators at Avalanche. Avalanche at home $1.80 total of 6.
Yeah, and you look at this Colorado team. Hey, they've been playing some pretty good hockey, but they've failed to cover the puck line off of a home loss, and they got beat up last game. I believe it was Utah that got them at home there in that one. Yeah, it was 4-1 Utah. Nashville finally ended their losing streak with a nice big 4-1 win in Dallas. And now coming into Colorado to get a win. You're going to give me plus price? Okay, I'll take it. Give me Nashville to continue that streak. They played 2 games already this season and have split both meetings. Nashville got a 5-2 win, and Colorado got the win last time out back November 11th in a 3-2 overtime affair. So, yeah, Nashville scrappy bunch against Colorado. As I said, winners of 3 of the last 5 head-to-head. Almost made it 4 in that OT. So give me Nashville at a big plus price there in that one. And then the Blues taking on Dallas. Hey, if you could lose to Nashville, you could definitely go into St. Louis and get handed yourself a loss. So I like the Blues plus the $1.50 in your parlays. But I'm going to take the Blues outright. Give me the Blues on the money line to upset Dallas in that one.
Yeah. From Rod, let's close out hockey with the 10:07 games. Your late night action, 10:07 Eastern. We got Bruins at the Canucks. The Canucks $1.25 total 5.5. Panthers at the Flames here. Panthers $1.83 total of 6. Hockey Club at Sharks. Your Hockey Club $1.73 total 6 on the road there. Big number. Lightning at the Kraken. Lightning $1.28 total of 6.
Yeah, and we're looking at I'm looking at Florida taking on Calgary. Hey, you look at this Calgary club, and they're up and down. They didn't look so good. They got whooped by Tampa Bay last time out, 8-3 at home on their home ice. Didn't look so good. They got 1 win in their last 4. That 1 win came against Nashville. And this Florida team, man, they're turning it up. They've got 6 wins in their last 8 contests, and head-to-head. The last time we've seen these 2 teams head-to-head, it was a 5-1 win for Florida. I like the Panthers on the puck line coming to Calgary and beat up the Flames there in that one. And then looking at, yeah, you're right. Look at that price on the Utah Hockey Club heading into San Jose. Considering they've had 1 meeting already this season, and the Sharks got the win there in that one. And the dog has covered the puck line in the Utah's last 9 hockey games, so they're not covering the puck line. Sharks at the puck line, like I said, it's a plus 105, minus 170. I like the under there in that one. We've seen a 5-4 game earlier. I think we get a lower scoring one there again. Opposite of what we've seen earlier. So, but either way, I got to take the Sharks. Give me the Sharks plus the $1.50 there in that one to keep it close with Utah if they don't outright Utah there. And give me the over Boston and Vancouver. It doesn't matter who's in goal for Boston. Boston's in deep trouble. Swayman's looking awful to start the season. He got whooped in Ottawa. They put in Corpusalo last time. Same thing. Boston got whooped again, and now you're coming into Vancouver, and it's at 5.5. Seems a little low to me. Give me the over Boston and Vancouver.
All right, we got you through the NHL hockey card, guys. We're with you here again, as you said, here on the Tony More Show every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us to get the picks. And of course, if you missed the show, it's archived on our YouTube channel. So just go to the live tab and hit the archive. If you need help with the later games, you can always check it out there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. As we continue on, we got you through the main sports today. Tomorrow, tune in. We'll have picks from the entire NFL card. I think we're going to have, 12 games tomorrow from the NFL. I believe it's 12 games because we had 1 already on Thursday, 2 on Monday, 12 on Sunday. So we'll have the NFL picks for you tomorrow here on the Tony More Show. Of course, we'll have as well as NBA and college hoops for you, NHL as well. So make sure you guys tune in, like, and subscribe. All right. Now it's time for our parlay peripheral segment where the cappers give out parlays, or we can give out a player prop. It's a game from the future. They make the call. We'll go over to Rod.
And for me, we're going to go with a little 2-teamer. We're going to go with take Lamar on the money line. And then in hockey, we're going to take we're going to take Florida Panthers on the puck line and take Nashville on the money line. Little three-teamer for you there today.
All right, I'll take and this with my parlay. I'll go ahead and take the OKC Thunder with Western Michigan plus the points. I'll lay it with Tennessee on the road against Illinois. That's my three-teamer here on the show. All right, we got you through our parlay peripheral segment. Now it's time to see what Rod has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com right now. Big weekend of action, college bowls. We got NFL tomorrow with a big 12-game card, monster card from the ice tonight, as well as action here from the NBA for the weekend. We can see Rod here having a great year over at Tony's Picks, 814 units of profit for the year. What do you got for sale?
And for me over at Tony's Picks today, I've got a college basketball Saturday slam dunk 5-pack. And then I have that. Then I have my top play in college basketball, which is my 10-star play of the day there. So 6 plays in college basketball. I got play in college football play of the day. And then I've got my NBA drop a dime play as well, top play in the NBA. We've been on a nice 26-11 run over the last 30 days in the NBA action. So been hot there, hot in college hoops. Definitely jump aboard something long-term. And we don't have to buy all those plays individually or in the package. Grab that 3-day pass. You get Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's the best way to go. Loaded weekend of action. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. Pair me up with Tony. As you see here, Tony's been hot in the NFL. So pair me up. I'm hot in college basketball. Take my college basketball, Tony's NFL, and you have yourself a massive winning weekend. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. Hit the link. It's in the description. That'll get you right on over to Tony'sPicks.com and use the Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases. Jump aboard. Big day loading.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Rod over at Tony's Pick to see the great results from Rod. So get signed up. Long-term pass, the way to roll. Also include late steam plays on the long-term passes because on our site, we allow cappers to post plays late within 10 minutes, 2 hours of our game time. And those plays are emailed directly to your inbox using the email you use to sign up for the service. So again, late steam plays available here at Tony's Pick. Of course, our member plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then we allow our cappers to continue to handicap throughout the day and night to find more winners for you, especially for those long-term subscribers. Those are emailed directly for those late plays, the late steam emailed to you. Great feature here on Tony's Picks. .com, a premium site. And of course, make sure you got to sign up for the long-term pass, 3, 7-day, 30-day pass, 1-year pass, or if sometimes the cappers put together, they'll start an end date of their own. Then they have like different packages for end of year, whatever they put together. Any long-term pass will include late steam. So make sure you get on board. The only ones that don't are the 1-day passes because those are member plays. But those 1-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit, and the amount you purchase will be credited back to your cappers like credits. That's profit guarantee. So go ahead and get on board with Rod over at Tony's Picks right now. All right, I got a best bet on the board right now here from college football. My best bet hit again yesterday. I've been on a pretty good best bet streak over the past 3 weeks. We had the over in that Utah-Phoenix game, 6 straight overs with these guys. They just go over when they play. So that continued. That streak continued there. So get on board with me over at Tony's Picks. The best bet on multi-pack as well for you there. Get on board with my long-term pass. I am the number one in units in the NFL this year at Tony's Picks. So you may consider that long-term pass, that 3-day pass will get you my NFL here for Sunday and Monday, right? We got still 14 games left on this card for Sunday and Monday. So that'll get you covered there as well as my college hoops and NBA. So get on board. Remember that promo code TonyT at checkout. That will save you that 15% off. All right. We got you through that, guys. Also, if you checked out our YouTube channel over at Tony's Picks, a lot of content on demand from our cappers. I'm included, Rod's included. We go a little deeper in some of the games, or if you want them quick, I also do shorts up there as well. So we got shorts, we got the long form. You can choose what you want to watch because we have a lot of picks up there. I know, Rod, what do you got over on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel you're planning for the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, I've got all 15 hockey games covered for you today. If I didn't cover a game here on the morning show, definitely go check out those archive videos. I've got all 15 covered there for you in today's NHL action. And going forward, I'll have every game covered in the NHL as well. And definitely probably going to start shooting some of these college basketball. Like I said, as soon as the conference games get taken into high gear, definitely probably be the start of January when everything like college basketball has what they're doing now. But I think come January, it's going to ramp up. So definitely be on the lookout for some more college basketball videos for me over there at the Tony's Picks YouTube channel going forward.
That's right, guys. Check us out, YouTube channel there. Like, subscribe, set notifications. Lots of content on our channel, guys. Continue to deliver you with great content here. All right.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of jamming. You could have probably put in. I'm looking at like 16 games that I'm looking at. Today that I absolutely love that I could have put a bet on, so I had to dwindle that list down, and I dwindled it down to about 8 out of that list. So it's just like college football. You just swap one for the other college sport coming, but we still have so much sports action. This time of year, so much. Love it.
That's right, because I got a handicap 14 NFL games right now, so we got a lot going on, guys, over at Tony Spicks. So check us out, and we'll let you roll. Roddy, have anything you have to say before we close?
See, sometimes this hat isn't always looking pretty. It's just for putting on my head. Sometimes it's a bonus play. I think Clemson today. I really do like Clemson.
We're agreeing another one. Rod and I agree on another one. That one starts in about 40 minutes from now. 11 a.m. Eastern start. That's your early riser here, 11 a.m. Eastern. So get on board. Rod and I agreeing on that one with Clemson. That'll do it, guys, for the show. We're going to wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make it a winning Saturday. We're back again tomorrow here on the 26 Morning Show, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Coverage from NFL and more.